Ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely honored and privileged to have with us our guest of honor, the Honorable Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji. Sir, thank you so much for taking out the time and joining us. I would now request you to kindly join us on stage and share a few words, please.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Mr. Jain, all seated before me, all the dignitaries and veterans. I can see all the seniors over here from the political spectrum, also from the civil services. And I think I must begin by complimenting the Indian Express Group for having started this tradition about 3 years back. And in a way also supplementing the kind of work that the government is doing in periodically felicitating, identifying some of the officers who are performing differently or in a more distinguished manner. Now, having said that, I think sometimes we tend to take fancy in saying that, look here, Indian Administrative Service is a reincarnation of Indian civil services of the British Empire, or maybe inherited from there. But actually, to add to what Mr. Wajahad was very beautifully pointing out, in fact, the role and the expectations changed on the midnight of freedom itself. The very fact that the district head, who was known as district collector, came to be known as district development commissioner, in itself carries the connotation that he was expected to collect revenue for the British Empire or for the empire, and now he was expected to collect revenue for the welfare state. And I think if many of us who were civil servants at that time and also in the subsequent generations realize that, that would at least accomplish half of the task that is sought to be done by the jury, by the teachers at the academy and elsewhere. Secondly, over a period of time, it's not, the dynamics has changed. The civil servant of half a century ago is no longer the one today, because after all, he is the child of the same society. So, wahi gun aur avgun usme bhi hai. So you cannot blame or single out a civil servant for something that you find has been happening inappropriately, because after all, he is not different from the society that has groomed the others. But at the same time, the level of accountability has increased, the scrutiny has increased. There were times soon after independence and the immediate pre-independence or the immediate post-independence times when people hardly got to see a collector or a DM. He was such a remote of an iconic person. And now I'm sure out of 700, 800 districts we have, at least 1/4 of the districts each day have a dharna pradarshan or a dharna protest outside a collector's office. And many of the collectors in some of the most volatile or vociferous states get habitual of checking on telephone before they leave their residence if everything is quiet on the way. And those of them who have gone through these services, because I've seen them closely and also try to understand them. So they are expected to, but I think that's a different kind of a nature of a task in which they are expected to perform, which is an opportunity, a challenge, and also an opportunity for them to prove themselves. Now, what we did in the last 10 years in the government, and I think it's an opportunity for me to mention, because if we don't pat our back, who else would? So, first thing we did was, very much in the manner the Indian Express has taken up, we changed the entire format of the PM Excellence Awards, which were being given to the civil servants earlier. Earlier on, it was more of individual profile-based. So sometimes, if not consciously or subconsciously, some kind of a subjectivity or extraneous consideration would creep in. Like, for example, somebody would suggest, look here, There have been many years we have not awarded somebody from Punjab. So we should have one, because in this country you have all these balances also to take care of. And if you don't take care of course, the civil servant will not be harmed, but someone like me who's there on a 5-year probation term would have to face the music. So when somebody suggests that, you try to figure out who from Punjab. So they say, oh, A, he got one. B, he's already got. So left out is Z or C. So the person gets an award by default. So what we try to do is, I'm sure veterans like Mr. Alphonse are there, we made it program-based or flagship program-based. So each year now we single out 5 or 6 flagship or priority areas or sectors of the government in place and then invite entries. And the result has been miraculous. We get almost 99-98% entries from all the districts. Each district collector is trying to vie with each other to prove that he's performed better in that scheme rather than that. So it helps us both ways. The implementation, the execution of that particular scheme also seeks to reach the saturation point. And the collector, since he's the recipient of the award in his capacity as the collector, not in the individual capacity, but nevertheless, he gets all the credit, and of course, which he richly deserves. So that is one. The other is that earlier on, right from the academy, the civil servants would straight away go to the state cadres. We took an unorthodox decision, though very cautiously, of having a 3-month stint in the central government. And a new designation was created called Assistant Secretary. To begin with, we were slightly apprehensive how these young boys and girls would react because they go there, become SDMs and DMs, and if they go to a Mufassil, subdivision, you have 4 attendants for 4 limbs. You are pampered up so much. So here we would be asking them to sit with the under-secretaries and sort of behave like interns for 3 months or so. But later on we realized that they actually enjoyed that experience. And of course, when we started off this, I had a sitting with them. I said, look here, maybe sometimes you would realize that it's going to do you also some good, because when you go off there, you sometimes, you're not able to reconcile to the new situation. Suddenly you come out of academy, you become the big boss over there, and in a small town, you're treated like a Maharaja. So on the one hand, you have people there making a beeline to gain your patronage. On the other hand, you have the matrimonial market chasing you. So in that humbug, you get confused. So we thought this could be a leveling ground for you too. At the same time, you could also carry with you some perspective of the central government and the flagship program. And it really helped, because soon after that we had COVID, and we were calling up each district collector every day. We made a routine of that sort. We divided the districts amongst themselves, and whenever at the other end you had one of those collectors who had gone through that stint, he would very confidently speak from there, sir, I'm the one who was in that ministry. And these boys these days, they no longer tend to follow the kind of protocol which maybe Wajah Saab ke samay mein hua hoga. But I think at the end of the day, because if I go on and on, then it will be, I think 2 things have happened. A, there's a demographic change. And in other words, there is huge democratization of civil services. It's no longer confined to an elite section. Earlier on, we had civil servants mostly for the South Indian states, like for example, Tamil Nadu, for example, Kerala, and in north, of course, Bihar. Now we have toppers from the most unlikely states like Punjab, Haryana. So that's a huge demographic change. And I think and you have a huge percentage of women civil servants now coming in, almost 28 to 30%, which was hardly 3 or 4% earlier on. And for 3 consecutive years, we had a woman topper number, rank 1. We had that girl called Ira Sehgal, followed by Tina Dabi, then I think there was Sanjeevni, and the 4th was, of course, a boy from Hyderabad, and I said, you've broken the jinx. So, and that has been possible all because of the access to information, access to knowledge. And my, I think, message, because the Indian Express has done a contribution to the society as well by starting this, would be that we could at least make the parents aware of not spending those 5-7 lakh package which costs in these coaching centers. I have had the opportunity of sitting with the 20 toppers consecutively every year for the last almost 10 years. And believe me, the toppers have a background of a Navodaya Vidyalaya, a Kendriya Vidyalaya, hardly anyone coming out from these coaching centers. They may be going there towards the end just to take the mock tests. But I think we need to educate the parents, because when they go out for the morning walk, somebody says, "Maine apna bacha Akash mein kar diya." The other one gets worried how he's done that. So that is one aspect of it. And that's a healthy change, it's a democratization of across the region, across gender-wise as well. And the second part, of course, which I think could be also guarded out, but that's not something to be left only to the administrators or the trainees of the administrators. That's a larger problem, too serious a problem, is that of the integrity, because that emanates from the social factors as well. So we had someone like Mr. T.N. Chaturvedi, who was the chairman of the IIPA for a very long time, the longest living civil servant amongst us, who passed away just about 2 or 3 years back. So I had a great fancy, because I am myself a storyteller, but I don't get a captive listener. So I like to be a captive listener to a good storyteller. So he used to tell me all the kind of stories, and he told me once, and I'll wind up with that. He said, for the first time when I became SDM in the then state of Madras, and a part of one of the Andhra Pradesh, today's Andhra districts, and my DM was a Britisher, and the sacrosanct was not to mix with the public too much, not to take too much of hospitality. And my boss would take the official car from his residence, from his office to his residence, get down there and then walk back to the club, officers' club, instead of getting down at the club which was on the midway. So that the message didn't go that he had used the car to go to the club. So he would go to the residence. So that was the kind of, because the integrity should not only be practiced, it should also appear to have been practiced. And I think the equal measure of the best measure of it is that it is practiced when nobody is watching you. So he used to narrate with a lot of fun, one of the incidents or anecdotes. He said once there was this inauguration of one of the cinema halls or some kind of course, you didn't have PVRs then, was some Reddy there who wanted to launch his new cinema complex. So he was keen that the DM should be the chief guest. And DM was adamant that he would not go. But ultimately, at the end of the day, Mr. Reddy succeeded in persuading him, and the DM carried Mr. Chaturvedi along, who was his immediate junior. So after the ceremony was over, the host was keen and insisting that they should have some refreshments which he had laid out. And he said the DM was known for not partaking of such hospitalities or treats. So he said loudly in the hearing distance of all, he said, "Reddy, I don't take anything outside. They are insisting you stay back, but just be careful, don't eat Reddy's salt." So that if you don't take anything in a manner that he comes back to you to seek a favor. But I think that is something that would be a matter of concern, but that's not, with all the fair, to be fair to them, it's not the concern of the civil servants alone, it's the concern of the social concern, which is because they are equally capable or equally culpable to all the goods and bads happening in the society. But overall, there has been a healthy progression, and I must appreciate the present crop of civil servants. They have beautifully learned to balance their public obligations, also political obligations. And I was telling them other day in the academy, I said, what is appreciable is not what you learn from this academy. Equally appreciable is what you soon unlearn and learn outside. Like, for example, there's a cabinet reshuffle in the middle of the night. The same bouquet which was given to me would be given to someone else next morning. So they do so seamlessly, that's worth learning. Thank you.